This is the old 77 podcast. Hey, bitches.
Thank you for listening to the old 77 podcast.
Hey, what's up?
He's hitting all the right spots.
So this is the original band, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's there.
This is everyone
Besides
except Steve Perry.
This kid can sing his
Oh,
fucking
fucking
ass
right
off,
he can.
dude.
And he was just singing karaoke.
Who are you? Hey, bitches. This is old 77 podcast.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world. Impressive.
Warning. Foul language may occur due to the subject matter.
Nerds! What the hell is this?
Join our Patreon Clubhouse today. Clubhouse members get early access to episodes and exclusive after-hours content at patreon.com/theold77podcast.
You can officially start to drink.
Thanks for listening.
And now here you are, reunited. It's like a goddamn Greek tragedy.
From the old 77 studios in Jefferson City, Missouri, this is the old 77.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
So tonight we were supposed to have my boy Ben Booker from Atlanta, Georgia on. We did a whole segment.
We did a segment.
And
20 minutes
we were
worth.
having some technical difficulties. We were not getting his audio, so we had to start all over. And Ben is not with us. We will get him back on. We apologize.
Yeah.
Book, I'm sorry, man. We'll get you back on in the future. We just got to troubleshoot some things.
Absolutely, man.
And
Got some new hardware. We're still working out the kinks
this computer
type
is super badass.
Absolutely.
And if it wasn't for this computer, we would never be on Spotify, video Spotify.
thing. Great topic, by the way. Yeah,
Absolutely.
our video is now up on Spotify
But-
for starting at episode 80, right?
80.
There are
Yeah.
some kinks when you have
Sure.
new equipment, so this
Yeah.
is one of them.
Yeah.
And we'll get it fixed, and we'll get Book back on.
Yeah,
Man,
we'll figure
I
it
feel
out.
really bad about that.
Because that
too.
was
I'm
a really
sorry,
good
Book.
first segment.
It was.
Maybe we could put that on like on the
We
Clubhouse
can,
bonus.
Yeah, we can put it
content.
up. I mean,
Yeah.
you may not be able to hear
You
it.
just
On the
may
app.
have to guess what he's saying.
the
Read
after
some
hours
lips.
with
Yeah. Read some lips there.
it's like hanging out with Helen Keller.
Yeah, I know, right?
Maybe not. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. Really bad joke.
Fellas, how was your week?
Oh, good man.
It's been good.
You
Yeah.
know, we're in December now. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on, especially locally here. We have the Living Windows on Friday night.
that's
Sloan's
right.
actually dancing.
My wife is going to be down there, like she's working it, like she's helping
She
out.
holding the whole
I
thing up.
think-
She's yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's helping out.
I
like,
think Sloan is
yeah.
dancing in the windows of your wife's work.
for reals.
Is it the 100
Oh.
block of High Street?
Hold on, let me whisper in your ear.
Whisper.
That's what it
whisper.
is.
Yeah,
it is.
okay.
That is
Whisper,
what it is.
whisper.
Did the mics
So-
pick us up, Scotty?
No, I didn't hear
All
it
right,
at all.
sweet. Nobody
I was
knows.
listening too.
Will the Intimidator be at the building?
Yeah, she should be. Yeah, you guys will probably see her.
So I'll see her there. Yeah, cool.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I
man.
don't know if she'll be.
So Sloan
yeah,
will be
I don't know.
dancing there. We got to get her.
Nice.
We got to get her there between 5:50 and 6 o'clock tomorrow,
Yeah.
and she'll be doing that for about 40
That's
minutes.
awesome.
So speaking
and,
of Sloan, what is she saying in our new opening?
Cowboys suck.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. So
All
first,
right,
first
all
it was
right.
Eagles.
It's-
Now it's
yeah.
Cowboys.
It's a new one for her.
Yeah.
So
It's a new one.
I'd rather just have her say Cowboys suck, because I mean I know the Eagles stink already.
Yeah,
So,
Eagles
it's
stink,
all right.
but Cowboys suck.
But no, we
Exactly.
got
Just saying, you know.
a lot of stuff
Just
going
saying.
on locally here. The holidays are upon us, and
Yeah. Have they started doing the thing out at Binder? The
Not yet. They haven't the Christmas lights.
Yeah, that thing where
no,
like
we haven't had that yet.
okay.
that's not going on yet.
Not yet. I'm pretty sure
I'm
they're setting it up.
I'm sure it will be soon.
Dude, they'd be stupid if they weren't setting it up right now.
$20 a head, man. They were making
Oh, they-
modo.
How many
over
times
there.
have you guys gone through there?
We went through it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Last year was really cool. They had a whole section that you drive into, and it looks like you're going warp speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
yeah,
neat.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It was
I,
neat.
I went
remember
through that
that.
last year, and
Yeah.
I think Sloane's at the age now where she appreciates that stuff even more now.
Right. My kids are, 12 and 8, and they still love Christmas lights.
Great. That's
Yeah, we
I mean,
drive
well,
around in neighborhoods.
how
rich
can you not?
neighborhoods.
Yeah,
dude.
we do that too.
Yeah.
Like the other, was it Sunday night? We went out and got Chinese, but we took our time, like coming back.
Oh, yeah.
driving through all the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
and,
That's
and,
what
and
you
Sloane's
do,
like,
right?
oh, Dad.
Absolutely.
And Sloane's reactions are like priceless. She's
Yeah.
just like, oh, Daddy, look at that. Oh, Daddy, look at that. I'm just like, yeah, look at that.
My kids used to make me drive them around and look for Halloween decorations in people's yards too. We did that.
Is that
we
right?
did that around Halloween. They wanted
Yeah,
me to
we've
drive,
done that
drive
before, too.
around and find those because people are getting more and more flamboyant with their Halloween decorations these
Well,
days.
there's more to offer with Halloween decorations.
Dude, Halloween's the next big thing, right?
It's just such a great
It's
holiday.
the second biggest
great
seller of
holiday.
holidays. We've learned that with Courtney and Greta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's the second biggest holiday.
Yeah.
And of
Other
all
than
events all year long.
Yeah. I like it.
As it should be, I guess.
I agree because it's one of the few holidays that we really don't fight over.
Honestly, like I watched a bunch of Christmas movies already.
Yeah, which ones?
Well, I watched Christmas Vacation. I
Great
watched
one.
that twice, once on network, and then another time it was voluntarily. Our house loves Home Alone.
Home Alone's a great
So
movie.
we can watch Home
how can you
Alone.
go wrong
We
with
can
Home
put
Alone?
Home Alone
Can't.
on it. Like Home Alone's the kind of movie where, like, at this time of year, you can put it on, look at your phone.
Yeah.
You're not missing any. You know,
you
it's
already
on
know
in the
what
background.
happens.
You already know what's happening.
Right.
What else? We watched Meet Me in St. Louis. Meet Me in St. Louis.
I haven't
The
seen that
Judy
one.
Garland.
Judy Garland was
Yeah.
my lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
So, dude, honestly, I
You know
never
she
really
died on the toilet?
Did she, man? That's a
Yeah.
hard turd. Right
Didn't
there.
Elvis basically die on the
Elvis
toilet
died
too?
on the toilet, too.
Someone
Yeah.
took a look.
I think a lot of people probably died
I
on
think
the
Judy
toilet.
Garland had an aneurysm on the toilet.
I don't know.
So was she pushing too hard?
I don't know, man. She was
Sorry, Liza.
she was a weird one, man.
Well,
Yeah, she was.
Dude,
Yeah.
she was a full blown alcoholic.
Oh, amongst other things.
And Liza too, right?
Oh
I mean,
yeah, well,
Liza's had
so
some
the
problems.
whole like game show, like Hollywood type era that they come from, because that's what it was. I feel like a big game show. You had to dress up and you had to
Yeah.
put on this act, right?
Yeah.
Well, they were feeding them uppers, and Judy
Sure.
Garland, like during filming The Wizard of Oz, she couldn't eat, so she would have smoke breaks.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think
Keep her thin.
Meet Me in St. Louis came out in like 43 or something. So it's just a few years after
The
the
year
Wizard
my
of Oz.
mother was born.
But she had such an amazing voice. So they made Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Right.
That song was actually made for that movie.
Nice.
I
Like
didn't
the
know that.
writers.
I didn't know that.
No, so that was. I didn't know that until Sarah told me that. So I Googled it as I was sitting on the couch. I'm like,
Huh.
damn, how the hell did you know that?
You know,
right?
I was sitting back listening to old episodes of the show today, and I was just listening to a clip where you were talking about how well read Sarah is.
Yeah, she's read a ton of books.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like 3 bookshelves full of just everything she's read. She's a very well-read person.
So like, what kind of stuff is she into?
She's into all kinds of stuff. I mean, like, she is all about like suspense and not. She
Not
likes,
like
she-
like books
she-
with Fabio on the front cover.
No, she's not about like the sex books, like
Yeah.
the whole
Sex
like
books.
okay.
female porn with like.
Yeah, it's okay if
like
you
you
are.
said, Fabio's there with his like pecs and his
Yeah.
nipples like popping and shit.
right.
It's nothing like that.
He's
no,
got, like,
she's
a
all
peach
about. She's
impaled
a
on his
very.
nipple.
She's very well spoken, very well read.
Yeah.
That's what I love about my wife, because she's like, she's like, you should read a book once in a while. And I was like, I do. Like,
Just
I,
like that.
like anytime I
Yeah.
read something, it's like an autobiography or it's about Star Wars. Like,
Yeah.
I'm with that.
I for me to read something, I need to be like very intrigued. You
Yeah.
know, I need to be like motivated to read it.
But you're into history too.
That
aren't
is
you?
another thing I love.
Have
I
you read a
love-
lot of history books?
I love history, man. Like, I
Yeah.
can read history all day,
It's very
especially.
interesting.
I mean, it's just fascinating how people used to live. It's a totally different world than what we live in now.
I mean, just from 100 years ago.
and
it's
also you
completely
learn
different.
a lot about where you're going.
Yeah.
Is what you learned from the past, man.
Sure,
Like,
absolutely.
If you
Everything
forget
re-
your mistakes of the past, you're doomed
just
to
like
repeat it.
fashion, everything fucking comes back
Sure,
around.
full circle eventually.
Would you rather live like in old times or like in today? Like
Today,
medieval? Oh my god,
100%.
hell yes.
Not medieval. You fucking crazy.
Well, I'm just saying, like any time, like any time throughout.
I will chop your head off with this
right,
guillotine.
because you're a witch.
I
'cause-
was watching some YouTube video
The
today.
Salem witch trials
That
are
shit-
some
yeah.
shit.
Yes,
Fuck
they
yeah.
are. But some guy was talking about how he would rather live, today as like an average person. He would rather do that
I
than
just saw that.
than live as like the highest king,
Right.
300 years ago.
Oh, yeah,
What
I mean-
was it? It was if you live in a palace that can accommodate like 1,600 people, you
Yeah.
know, eat easily and have access to all the cholera-infested food you want? Or would you live in a mid-level apartment, you know,
I'll take the
in
apartment.
Manhattan
Yeah.
with
your
a cell
PlayStation
phone?
5.
Right, and a cell phone.
Yeah.
Although you got to be pretty lucky
Honestly,
to get a PlayStation 5.
I would rather just avoid all the color and you know.
Me
all
too.
the cholera.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with all
Like
the color.
don't
No,
I don't
I'm
want
good.
any of that shit. Like and
Literally.
back then it was prevalent and the
Because
life
nobody washed their
Look,
hands.
we talked about it before on the podcast. The life expectancy was very short.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're talking like a woman was expected to live like 21, 22.
Yeah.
That's because of childbirth.
Yeah, infant
childbirth
mortality
like
and childbirth.
like
yeah.
think about it back in those days when say like you were a young woman and you found out that you were pregnant, it was like, "Oh fuck, I might die."
I might die.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Today it's like, "Don't worry, we got you."
Yeah. Yeah.
But now it's like you might have a hemorrhage or some shit like and
You can still have those problems.
Sure,
but they
absolutely.
can,
Yeah.
It
but they
happens.
can control it more than
yeah,
they could have.
you're in a lot better
fucking
hands.
300 years ago when you
Yeah.
lived in a fucking castle or some
Right.
kind
Absolutely.
of some kind of shack.
Yeah. As much bad shit as is going on in the world right now, this is like the best time to be like an average human on Earth.
You know, and honestly, it seems like we're constantly at war, but we're really not warring as much as we
Right.
did back in the
Yeah.
earlier days, you know,
Right.
300, 400, 500 years ago.
You would like
sure
to
hope
you,
it stays that way.
know,
yeah.
you would
Heck
like to
yeah.
think so.
yeah. Yeah.
No, it's just we can do more war now with less.
Drones,
Correct.
all
You
this
know,
other
a lot
robotic
more
I
shit.
saw this. I saw this bullshit the other day. It was a Facebook video, so it's got to be true. But it was
course.
one of those Boston Dynamic dog drones
Yeah.
that they've got.
Yeah.
And the great big like backpack dude.
Mhm.
But the backpack guy was like he had a gun. Of
course he did.
Like a handgun. It was
Yeah.
like a Nerf gun, right?
Uh-huh.
And he was rolling around, and they were straight up. He was like a cop shooting them.
Except he was better than
Except
a cop.
he was better than they were.
I'm sure.
And
Hope
they were tripping him up with stuff,
I
making
mean,
him better.
Was he better than Alec Baldwin?
Ugh.
Ooh, hey, speaking of.
They pulled triggers, but there was nothing loaded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, it will be
There's-
loaded eventually.
they're saying Alec didn't even pull the trigger now,
he's saying.
right?
He's saying.
That's
he's
what he's
saying.
saying.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So then, who then shot him? Because
Well,
I
I mean,
think
shit happens.
there was a bunch of eyewitnesses there that saw that he shot them.
Hey, it doesn't take a whole lot. I mean, you guys have shot guns, right?
Yeah, a little
doesn't,
bit.
Doesn't
yeah.
take a whole lot of pressure on that trigger, and bam.
No,
You
no,
know?
no.
Well, I mean, it takes a little pressure to know that you're shooting the gun.
Yeah, but if he's just horsing around,
It's not
with
like a water pistol.
It would be an easy mistake to make,
right.
is what you're saying.
If he's horsing around
yeah,
with it,
yeah.
you know, it doesn't take a whole lot of, you know, and
But
especially
again-
if he thinks it's not even loaded.
But again,
She was someone who was loved
He
by
didn't pull the
everyone
trigger,
who worked
so he
with
said.
and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
He's getting upset now.
he's
I mean,
crying.
this is a very like emotional thing for him. I can't even imagine.
I couldn't imagine
if
it,
you accidentally
you know.
shoot somebody that say where we work at, and I shot our friend Eric
Oh yeah.
by accident. I
Just
would
Matt,
feel
your overall.
Overall.
I would feel horrible for his wife
Mhm.
and his family. Like, it's just one of those things that,
Don't boom it too loud.
like, if you have to have some kind of moral standard,
Well,
right?
I think,
Moral compass.
and I think
Moral
he's showing
compass.
that.
Thank you, Dave.
You know, I think he's showing that.
Yeah, I'm sure he
know.
feels like shit.
This is from the interview with George Stephanopoulos.
I mean, look at the guy. He's clearly showing it.
Not
Yeah,
Stephanopoulos.
absolutely.
Oh, it was Stephanopoulos.
I like George
Stephanopoulos.
What was the McDonald character who was the
Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus?
Except it wasn't McDonald's.
Every
But-
time I hear his name, I think of that.
Snuffleupagus is Sesame Street.
That was Big Bird's buddy.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Imaginary. No one could see.
Every time I
Snuffy.
hear his name, I'm like, well, I guess that guy was Greek too.
Yeah,
Maybe.
It's a fun name to say,
I mean,
Stephanopoulos.
even now, I find it hard to believe that. It just doesn't seem real to me.
I can believe
You
that.
haven't said much in public
doubt.
since that tragic accident. Why speak out now?
Oh, George.
George.
I think the big
George.
question, and the one you must have
Get
asked
it,
yourself
George.
1,000 times, how could this have happened?
Well, I was taking a shit and I thought about it
Right.
and I came back and I
George.
said, I didn't shoot the motherfucker.
Step a Papa Papanopoulos.
You've described it as a 1 in a trillion shot, and the gun was in your hand.
Yeah.
How do you come to terms with that?
Biodome.
But wait a minute, though.
Yeah.
Didn't he say that that he didn't? So So was the gun in his hand? Is he acknowledging that the gun was in his hand, but he's just saying I didn't pull the trigger?
Like I didn't actively point it at him and pull the trigger.
Right. What is that? What he's saying?
I think that's what he's saying. I didn't actively go boom boom.
Yeah. Okay. So he's not.
He's not saying he carelessly pulled the trigger. I think.
Well, yeah.
Well, the
he's
trigger wasn't
acknowledging
pulled.
that
I didn't
the
pull
gun
the
was in his
trigger.
hand.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them. Never.
What did you think happened?
Yeah. See, point it and pull it at them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you.
That's what he's saying. I didn't horse around.
Right.
Yeah.
How did a real bullet get on that set?
I have no idea. Someone put a live bullet in a gun. A bullet that wasn't even supposed to be on the property.
That's some bullshit.
Well, because you guys were target shooting
Right.
fucking
And that-
3 hours
but-
before
but-
this shit.
But that's the prop
And it was her
department.
gun. The
That's the
cinematographer's gun.
That's
Right.
the fucking prop department's fault, man, in my opinion.
That dude should be fucking canned
You
and
know.
not even get a job anywhere on a movie set ever fucking again.
Well, he
Yeah.
probably won't, to be honest.
I mean,
Look,
man,
but wasn't
it's
it
unintentional manslaughter.
Exactly.
We get that.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that go on your record?
And
But you don't go to jail?
Oh, I think you go to jail for manslaughter.
Yeah, but it's unintentional.
It's
no one was trying to kill
unintentional, though.
anybody.
They didn't try it. So
Well,
I think
yeah.
you probably get a fine.
Probably
maybe.
a fine.
I'd say
Yeah.
it probably opens you up for civil, though.
Oh, for sure, civil. Yeah.
That's what it really
That's
does.
what he's more worried about. I'm
Even-
sure.
So then they can turn around and start suing them.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's
Get
much
pain
more.
and
How do you
suffering and all that.
respond to actors like George Clooney who say that every time they were handed a gun, they checked it themselves?
See, and there you go. George Clooney came out and said every time he was handed a gun, and he was handed a gun several times on several different movies.
Right.
Right.
And he checked the chamber, dude.
I wish he had to check that goddamn Batman suit and took
I
the
know.
nipples off.
I know. God.
Well, man, he's excited. It was
Bat
cold outside.
titties.
You know what I mean?
What a
Excuse me,
distraction.
got bat
So
titties
clearly,
over
so
here.
right there on the
Couldn't look
surface,
away.
You felt shock. You felt anger. You felt sadness.
Yeah, that I don't
Do you
like.
feel guilt?
Come on, man.
That kind of
You
question.
said you're not a victim, but
Yeah.
is this the worst?
That's a
thing-
little
This
bit
is
much.
by the
No.
way, this is a promo for the
Yeah,
interview.
see, that's what
because
I
I cannot find the interview anywhere on YouTube.
Yeah,
Huh.
you probably can't. You probably have to go to their whatever it is, ABC.
Yeah.
Of course, he feels guilt, George.
Yeah, I mean, of course he is.
Yeah, those are some shitty questions.
That's baiting. That's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
typical network BS.
Because they
That's-
know that Alec has a history of
Exactly.
snapping on
right,
people.
and
so
that's
that-
what they want.
They want that.
You know, it's like Mel
Because
Gibson, right? You don't
I-
not ask
I-
Mel
I-
Gibson Jewish questions,
Right.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Think back,
You have to.
and I think of what could I have done.
Alec Baldwin, unscripted.
I don't know. Check the
balls
chamber.
out,
Check the chamber, Alec. Check the
sweaty
chamber.
chambers.
Here's the thing about a gun, man.
There's a lot of fault to go around.
And I'm not.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
not
an
all
expert,
on
but I
him.
do own a gun. And you have to check the chamber every time you fucking hold it.
I refuse to own a gun.
Every
because
time
of
I
that.
even hold it, even to go clean it, or even if I want to go play with it, even without bullets, not play with it, but just like looking at it and working it and handling it. Check the chamber, man. Act
That
like
just seems like common sense,
Act like
right?
it's
Yeah.
loaded every motherfucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So
no.
shit doesn't go wrong. It's a responsibility, man, and to just grab it and just not even think about maybe this is just a prop.
Right. Do you guys does Jonah, or like when Jonah was a little kid, did he have like toy guns?
Yeah, he had a couple toy guns.
Yeah.
We always would play cowboys and Indians or whatever.
Yeah.
But then he would start shooting people, and it was like, no.
Yeah.
You don't shoot people.
That's the exact thing that I'm going through right now with my
right.
kids.
But we would play good guy, bad guy. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So it was okay then.
Sure. But you don't want them to think that anytime they see a gun, especially since there are so many guns that or toy guns that look real,
No, absolutely.
you don't want them to get in that habit of pointing it at other people
Right.
or pointing it at themselves, because I've seen them do that too.
Oh my God, that was talking about Tiger King, going back through our old stuff. We saw that on Tiger King, where that dude was pointing a
Right.
gun at himself.
Yeah.
And you
Hey.
got the guy's reaction when he shot himself.
They were
was,
playing like Russian roulette,
It was like
basically.
Joe Exotic's boyfriend.
Yeah, it was one of Joe's. It wasn't his boyfriend. It was his husband, wasn't it?
I
Did
think
he
so.
marry that
I think
guy?
so.
Oh, yeah,
he did marry that.
Because he married he was in a throuple at one time.
Yeah, he was basically like a Mormon, but just gay Mormon shit.
Yeah. I'm sure.
You got a problem with the word throuple?
I'm sure the folks in
Oh,
Salt Lake
you
City
would think it
love
was throuple, Scott.
Oh no, man, no. That's in the community.
It's another word that's fun to say, right?
it really?
Throuple. Oh Yeah, that's three people in a
You
relationship.
had that young guy, and then you had Summer Teeth.
Because you have you seen the memes where it's like 1, 2, and then he's smiling 3, 4, 5.
I have not.
Have you finished the second season of Tiger King?
Most of it. I think I still might.
Do you feel any better about yourself?
What exactly is the purpose?
No, I don't feel any worse either.
So what exactly is your feeling for the purpose of the second season?
The real purpose of the second season is so they can make a ton of money.
I mean, besides the money, what's going on?
It's just a follow-up of all the shit that's happened since the first one came out.
Well, it's a little more of a continuation, right? Because don't you get stuff from Joe?
So everyone's
but again,
still,
I haven't finished it yet, so I can't
everyone's
say.
still like a giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's one just large turd with a bunch of tigers.
Oh, it's a complete shit show.
Have they lost the zoo yet?
No.
Because that's clear.
I don't think so.
They've. I mean, I'm not ruining anything because that was in the news not too long ago where he lost the zoo.
Yeah. Oh wait, no.
Just wondered.
Yeah. No, I think that's happened already.
Yeah.
So Carole Baskin, she still runs her shit.
Yeah.
She still runs
I think
her.
so.
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
So she, honestly, this show has to help her business.
Oh,
right?
Oh, absolutely.
And they probably go in there and like, hey, Carole, what's the deal with this?
Well, fuck, she was on Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
She was?
Yes.
Yeah.
When?
Carole Baskin was on Dancing
I
with
don't
the
know,
Stars.
maybe like a
man.
year ago.
This is how much I
Last
do not-
season, maybe?
This is what I don't watch network television, so I wouldn't know.
try
I
not
don't
to.
either. I don't either. But they talk about it on,
So was she
on
any
season
good?
2.
I think she was pretty terrible.
I
Let's
don't
be
know.
honest.
I don't know. Maddie's
It's
going to
fucking
dig out
Carole
some footage.
Baskin.
I was just going to say that fucking bitch, Carole
Yeah.
Baskin.
Fucking bitch, Carole Baskin.
Yeah.
While Joe Exotic just rots away in prison, just
That fucking bitch.
we're just like living the life of getting pounded.
She's conniving.
No, she's doing the pounding, my friend. She's doing the pounding.
She's not stupid.
No. Just like she sent her guy down to Costa Rica and turned him into tiger shit, you know? Come on.
Oh my god.
She had that husband of hers killed.
You gotta be.
Her
shitting.
husband was a fucking crook, though.
You got to be
absolutely.
shitting me.
It's
no,
Carole
there it is.
Baskin.
Oh, we're gonna see Carole
Oh my
Baskin
god,
dance.
this is her. Oh my god, Eye of the Tiger. Jesus
Of course.
Christ. This is the first time I've ever seen this, by the way.
Oh my. Oh, look at that bitch.
Oh, she's got like mad rhythm.
Oh, absolutely. Look at her
She
go.
rides a bike a lot.
You can tell.
That fucking bitch.
Oh, look at her.
Rising up, scream this time.
You know, Joe Exotic watches in
Oh
prison.
god,
He's like,
yeah.
fucking.
And you know the whole time he's smoking like that fucking bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kill that fucking bitch.
I mean, look at this. And they have the giant tiger head on the stage.
Yeah.
And after all this shit, all the speculation, and all the conspiracies of her killing her husband,
And this
those motherfuckers have the audacity to have her on this pile of shit show.
Of
Right.
course they do.
dude, that's good on them.
This
You can't prove anything.
this is mainstream fucking entertainment, man.
Hey man,
Dancing the Viennese Waltz.
the peonies
With her partner,
waltz.
Pasha, it's Carole
All
Baskin.
right.
That
It's
fucking
Carole
bitch.
Baskin.
Yeah, that guy's voice is the worst.
Look at this bullshit. This is
Look at the cat.
this.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
All right, I can't.
This
handle
is
that.
why I
This looks.
This is why I don't do network
So,
television.
the
so
audio
this looks
down
like
on that.
this looks like a bad like Hallmark movie.
That's because that's pretty much what it is. Oh,
That's awful.
That
That's
fucking bitch. Let's check in with Carole Baskin.
So this dude is
absolutely
definitely.
awful.
This guy is
Sucking
definitely.
balls. That's right. Her husband's still dead and missing.
This guy is definitely carrying the dance here. I don't know what kind of waltz this is,
The peonies waltz, right?
but there's a giant
Yes,
fucking
Fucking
cat,
on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she doesn't have
And
like
let's
leopard
check back
skin
in with
shit.
that fucking bitch, Carole Baskin. Oh, what a whore.
And the fucking song, man.
Nope. All right.
What a
Sorry,
song
Carole.
choice, right? What's New
Like
Pussycat?
honestly, man,
God, really? Of course.
this bitch is living the life.
She is.
This
She's
fucking
like,
bitch.
oh, I'm so glad I came.
Now,
Right.
so is there like 3 parts to this dance?
No, it's
I don't
different.
know.
No,
No, these are
this
different
is a-
weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is a whole montage. Of
Yeah.
Oh, and now she's doing it to the
Oh
Lion
my!
King.
No
Oh.
way! Are you kidding?
This is week 3.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That fucking bitch made it to week 3.
Oh my god. How? She can't fucking dance.
I think she went pretty far, actually.
I think she's doing the turkey trot here in a minute.
Dude, I can fucking dance better than that.
I love her Lion King mane.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, at that fucking bitch.
That can ever be done.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Get the fuck out of here.
I can't believe
I want to
this
see her
shit.
do the lift from fucking Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Right?
You know what makes me feel good?
What's that?
In my life?
What's that?
I've never heard of this.
That you've never seen this?
Yeah.
And no one's ever even said anything to me about this.
Yeah,
like,
meanwhile, back
hey,
to that
Matt,
fucking
did you see
bitch.
fucking Carole Baskin on Dancing with the
Yeah, I know, right? You would think that somebody would have told you.
No, man, you got better friends than that. I guarantee you
Fuck
got
yeah.
better friends than that.
Jesus.
Why do I feel like this is something
only thing-
off of Office Space? What the fuck, man? No, hell no. Hell no.
She's a big woman, right, though? She's
Right,
got
She's got a badunkadunk.
she's got some big titties.
She's a hefty lady
Pardon me.
who enjoys feeding her husbands to tigers
I cannot believe she was on fucking Tiger King, man.
and riding her bicycle.
You mean on Dancing with Stars? Yeah.
Oh, speaking of
no,
Tiger
that's
King,
what I meant. Yeah, Dancing with
I
Stars,
just
sorry.
heard where Doc Antle, like one of his daughters, got caught in some kind of like murder scheme or something.
Who's Doc Antle?
Doc Antle is the dude who he's the guy that basically Joe looked up to. He's got all the chicks that come in and they
okay.
basically all sleep with him and run his shit.
Okay, I
like
think
he
I
went
know who
into
you're
that
talking
one. He
about.
went into that one gal and he was like, "Oh, you're new. Hi, this is your name now. It's some I don't know, some Indian or Hindu name.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're called, and you have a breast augmentation coming up next month."
Wow.
By the way, and we're sleeping together too. So
Sounds like a good deal
right,
to me.
I mean, it's Doc Antle.
Absolutely.
Doc Antle.
Doc Antle.
Doc Anal.
A-N-A-L.
I know. Doc Antle.
Boys, I have to pee.
You gotta pee.
I have to pee.
Oh man.
Should we take a break?
Dave needs to take a break.
How long have we been going?
Well, I think I started around 24. We're right now at an hour, so
Look at us go.
look at us go.
Look at us go.
Oh, look at us.
Night started off rough, guys,
It
but
did. It did.
we're doing good. We'll be all right.
And apologies to our boy Booker. We
Absolutely.
will definitely get back with him.
We'll have him back on soon.
But thank you to our other boys,
That's
the
right,
Jeff
and
City
girls.
Paranormal
Yeah.
Society.
Yeah, absolutely.
With
Boys
the
and
boys
girls.
and
Yeah,
there.
yeah, absolutely.
We also want to thank JT and the Paranormal Sun.
Yeah, by the way, exciting announcement. I
Oh.
think I'm going to be on JT's show, The Paranormal Sun, again. Yeah, I
Nice.
think I'm going to be part of his New Year. He does a like a prediction show.
Yeah. Where they
So-
predict what's coming up next year and type stuff in
Yeah.
the supernatural paranormal stuff,
Pretty
right?
much, yeah. So that'll be fun.
That'll be awesome.
It's in the works. It's not for sure, but it's in the works.
cool.
Yeah.
Also, a big ups to Sir Biscuit Strength,
The homie Taylor,
all Patreon patrons,
the guy that bends nails and
with his thoughts.
frying pans.
That's
and-
right.
Yeah, everything. He'll bend your wee-wee right in half. Dennis Rodman style.
Right. 4 times.
Dennis Rodman having sex style.
That's legendary status.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right, we'll see you guys on the flip side.
On the flippity. Peace.
Bitches. Good job.
Hey guys, it's Matt, and we always talk about Last Flight Brewing Company, and we never exaggerate on how good it is there. They have this wonderful indoor space where you can fit a bunch of your friends or your family. You can take your dog in there. Also, kids are welcomed. We can all drink as equals. It's a great spot. If you want to sit outside, there's tons of space. It's a great spot for a sunny afternoon with friends, families, even colleagues. You can do it all out there. Games, cornhole, whatever your vice is. They also have a carefully crafted beer menu which changes all the time. Each beer they put out is delicious. Also, Last Flight won first place at the Missouri Beer Festival. They've come a long way in a short time, so check them out. You can find them on Facebook and online at lastflightbrewing.com. If you're local, check out Last Flight Brewing Company today. Go enjoy some sunshine. Get off your couch. Go right now. Fill up your growler.
Welcome back to the old 77.
It's a safe place.
And then I'd say, whoa. Hey-oh.
Very famous French actor. Y'all never heard of Juicy Smouillet? Juicy Smouillet is an actor from France. And he became famous on a show called Empire.
I didn't even know who the guy was.
By the way, Sarah and I have watched Empire, like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It was a really good show until it got really twisted in the third, and I'm like, this is impossible. This is like.
When does he come in the third?
No, he's
in the beginning, right?
He's like one of the main characters. Oh, but it just got so exaggerated. I'm just like, okay, this is
Juicy Smouillet.
They kicked him off the show when all that happened, right?
Did they?
I
Good
think
for
they
them.
did.
One
Maybe
night,
they did. I don't know.
he was in Chicago late at night and was the victim. He was the victim of a racist and homophobic attack. You see, Juicy Smouillet is gay and he is black, not just French.
Oh, okay, I see where he's going with this.
Damn, you offended 3 different people.
It was a crazy story. Apparently, when he was walking down the street late at night, 2 white men came out of the shadows with MAGA hats on and beat him up. Tied a rope around his neck, called him all kinds of niggas, and put some bleach on him and ran off into the night.
Oh, shit.
This shit was like international news.
I remember
and everybody
that,
was furious, especially in Hollywood. It's all over everybody's Twitter feed and Instagram page. Justice for Juicy and all this shit.
Every time, man. Every single time.
The whole country was up in arms. It was talking about it all the time on the news. And for some reason, African Americans, we were like oddly quiet.
You know, that's a good point, man.
That is true, man.
We were so quiet about this shit.
Very good point.
That the gay community started accusing African American community of being homophobic for not supporting him. What they didn't understand is that we were supporting him with our silence. Because we understood that this nigga was clearly lying.
So anyway,
clearly,
it's not that complex.
So
Apparently
the trial is going on right now.
Think they're gonna give it to him?
Yes, because it's right now.
Poor Juicy, justice for Juicy.
As far as the people that are involved in the trial, this whole thing was rehearsed, and it's recorded. The dress rehearsal is recorded. It's a race hoax. But I think the whole point of this coming out was because of his job.
Oh, probably.
Because I think he was up and they weren't going to extend his contract.
He was trying to make waves, right? Make himself big.
Trying to make himself bigger than he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think he got caught up in the whole like, oh, well, this show that's on NBC or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got caught up in the whole celebrity of it all, and then he got.
I think he got caught up in. You're right. The celebrity of it all and thinking himself bigger stature than what he actually was.
Publicity. He just wanted publicity.
Exactly.
Any publicity is good publicity.
And this is the first time we've.
I know.
This is the first time we've ever seen something where someone totally fucking injured themselves. I mean, he got beat up.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was
hired
paid
and orchestrated it.
He paid him. He was paid to beat up himself. Like, that's some fucked up shit.
It's bananas, man.
But only in Hollywood can you do that.
It's bananas.
This
and
is
you
how,
you can't even write that either.
But this is how insane
you can't write
Hollywood
this.
is.
Nobody
though.
would believe you.
Right? This is how insane Hollywood is.
Yeah, I would never, like, if my kids wanted to go to Hollywood.
I don't think
Fucking
going
prick.
to I don't think going to Hollywood's what you do. It's just you get stumbled and found at Hollywood, right? I mean, we've all got friends who tried to go out to Hollywood and do stuff.
Yeah, I have a friend that still lives in Hollywood and does stuff.
Hollywood, with dreams come true. Hollywood.
He's a guitar teacher.
Oh, good for
No
you,
shit.
man.
Dude,
That's cool.
I went to high school with.
Honestly, Hollywood, from what I hear from certain Californians,
Right.
even my boy Quinn out there, who's a friend of the show. He was on
Friend of the
before.
show. Yeah, he's
Friend
been
of the
on
show, Quinn.
Hollywood is really not. It's really not that nice of a place.
No,
Hollywood
it's not.
Hills is where it's at.
I'm
That's
sure.
where all the celebrities live.
Sure.
But Hollywood is. It's like this.
It's like a tourist trap, right?
Well, that and it's dirty. It's fucking. A lot of scumbags are just around. It's a lot of fucking crime and all this other shit.
Oh, is it still pretty crime infested?
Yes,
I think so.
Really?
It's fucking LA.
Well, they've got a huge homeless problem in LA.
I knew they had a homeless problem.
Huge.
And you can only assume that LA has
Well,
it.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
California has like the most perfect weather, right?
Right.
So
Yeah,
where
that's
else
the
would you
thing,
have
yeah.
more homeless people at?
Where would you want to camp out more often?
Right.
Honestly, you can live like a champ there, fucking homeless.
San Diego, man. That's the place.
You think so?
I don't know. It just seems like every time I look at the forecast and they show San Diego, it's always like 85.
Well, you know what? I
sunny.
sure as hell don't want to go to fucking New Jersey and
No.
do it.
Or
I ain't living
fucking-
under
No.
the pier.
Or Buffalo.
Or Buffalo.
No,
yeah.
that's not the beach.
Speaking of, I
That's
just
not the
heard
beach I
that
want.
Boise, Idaho is the most expensive place to live in the United States right now.
Interesting.
And I thought that was
I
interesting.
wouldn't
How?
have guessed that.
I don't know. Like in terms of rent and things,
I have a hard time believing that because California should be right up there.
I would think so, right?
I've always heard Boise's a very nice city,
Yeah.
but
Like you're talking. Well, look, you're talking about Manhattan rent. You're talking about
Right?
fucking Malibu
Maybe
rent.
it's maybe
Right.
it's
And
more
that
along the
can't
lines
be-
of ownership then.
Maybe it's
could be your
per-
tax rate.
Maybe it's like
except you're taxed like shit in
Maybe it's like
California.
I don't know. I just saw that and I thought that was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
That
kinda
can't
weird.
be
it's
right.
kind of,
You wouldn't guess that.
That can't be right because you're talking about like beachfront property compared to like Boise, Idaho.
Right?
Yeah, I
Which-
I don't know, but at the same time, though,
But like Boise, Idaho is very beautiful.
Boise's beautiful.
I'm
That's what
sure
I've
there
heard.
are
I've
some.
never been,
I'm
but-
sure there's some
Me
beautiful mountain homes there.
They have a nice college, Boise State.
Yes, they do.
You know, they've got a great esports program there, and they play
That-
football on a blue turf.
Yes, they do.
Where
It's
birds
bright
crash
blue.
into the
Birds,
ground. Did you
right?
hear about that?
I did hear about that.
Wait,
So like,
Because the turf was so blue, right?
birds think it's water, so they crash. They nosedive right into it, and they fucking break their necks.
For real?
For real.
Absolutely, this is a true story.
Damn, I didn't know that.
The
Peter.
groundskeeper was like, just
Groundskeeper Willie.
How
he
often
was
does
like,
it
"What the
happen, I
fuck are
wonder?
these birds doing here?"
How often does that happen, I wonder?
I don't know, man.
Well, I think now they have like a net over top of the field, like
Good.
way up high.
Good.
Save
Yeah.
the birds.
So now that's the birds are crashing
Damn
into
the
the
man,
net.
save the
Because if it
birds.
I mean, like you just can't tell the birds like, don't do it again.
You guys ever
Like,
have
they're
birds?
gonna fucking just keep crashing. right?
Exactly. You guys ever have birds crash into the windows of
yeah,
your house?
yeah.
Yeah, we have a
Had a
robin.
bird crack my window from smashing into it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Have you ever like sometimes after they hit the window and they land, they'll be down there for a little bit and then eventually they'll just get up and fly off.
Right.
Have you ever seen
Like,
that happen? It's like they're in shock.
Like they knock themselves out
Yeah,
for a
they
minute.
knock themselves out cold for a few minutes and then eventually they're good. Sometimes they're not good though. I've seen that one too. Yeah. I've picked a few dead birds up from underneath my bay window.
Right? I think everybody's done that
It's
at
a
least a time or five.
It's a hell of a noise.
And birds are like one of those like animals that you feel bad when you see them on the ground like fucking flinching around and because you know
Right.
there's a cat somewhere waiting to fucking
Oh,
bounce
God,
on
yeah.
them. Dude.
Absolutely.
Dude, bird life's got to just be absolutely
Like you need to be in the
horrible.
fucking tree. You need to be in a fucking tree, or
They're
you need to keep
designed to
flying.
look all around at the same time.
You need to stay up high, but you can't stay up high because all the food's on the ground.
So I told you we talked about this before on the podcast. You know, back in I believe it was like October or something.
Back or not.
I was mowing the back part of my yard,
Mm-hmm.
and I found like 2 weeks in a row I found birds decapitated. Like one was a robin and the other one was a sparrow.
Your cat.
And it's because of Luna.
Yeah.
Our cat.
Okay.
She's this athletic fucking machine.
She's an assassin.
Yeah. I
She
think
really is. She's like the Kobe Bryant of cats.
Yeah. Nice.
Kobe.
And she, like, dude, she's a murderer. Like, she brought up a rabbit and ate the fucking back out of it. Like, the whole, like, bottom torso. I found it underneath the chair. Like, and the reason why I found it because there was a fucking blood streak.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Looked
like
she was probably bringing you gifts.
It looked like Nicole Brown Simpson's
it was like the
house.
night
Oh
of
my
Passover
God.
when they used to like just fucking smear like blood,
The
like
Seder?
lamb's blood over
Yeah.
across
man.
like the fucking threshold of your house. This is what this cat did. She fucking smeared it right in the front of the doorway.
Well, maybe that's what she was doing. She was saving you. You should be thanking that cat.
She smears
Like,
helter skelter
but it's all meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
Thank you for the evil spirits pissing over this house because of the cat.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Luna.
Thank you, Puss in Boots.
Well, they're proud of it when they do that, man.
Those poor birds, man.
You ever have your cat bring, like we used to have a cat back in the day, but you ever have a cat bring you a dead mouse? Like, here you go. Look,
oh,
it's
absolutely.
all for you,
yeah,
man.
they sit them right on like
super fucking proud of it.
Right by the front door.
Tails just swooshing around like, look what I gave you.
Yeah, right on by the foot mat.
Don't you want to feed me now, human?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cats are fucking assholes.
Cats are assholes.
But they're good if you have like a mouse problem or a snake problem.
They can be.
Yeah.
Well, like she eats she kills all the moles. Like she'll bring them up to the door.
Oh, she's a mole killer.
Yeah, see, I have a mole problem.
I
don't have a cat.
Dude,
right now.
she kills anything that she can get her hands on.
I don't want a cat right now.
I don't
really.
want an inside cat right now.
Yeah, if I lived on a farm or out in the country, I'd be with you. I'd have an outside cat, but nothing inside right now. Man, we had a cat and a dog. We had 2 dogs and a cat, actually, when my son Jonah was born. And because we had a new baby in the house, we weren't spending as much time with the cat.
Sure.
And, man, the cat, his name was Max. Max shit in our bed. Like, it started off innocent. Like, he would, like knock food over and toss stuff off the table. And then it turned into him pissing into the water bowl. Like, he would pee in everybody's water. And then he would, like, pee in the food. And then it got to where he was just shitting in the bed. And the real kicker was he shit perfectly on my side of the bed.
Oh, man.
And, man, I snapped on this cat, and we had, like, a fucking argument where I was like,
fight.
blah, 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 blah. And he was like, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, man.
Oh, man, I wish I could have been there for that.
Like, you fucking cat?
Hey, did you guys see that? For those of us that use Spotify, they just came out with the Spotify Wrapped thing that they do at the end of every year.
Right.
Yeah.
We put our metrics up, so I thought that was cool for the year.
We were up like 168%, I think it said.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I thought that was cool.
Thank you to everybody that's been listening.
And just a heads up too, by the way, now that you say Spotify, you can watch the show now on Spotify for free.
It's video.
Yeah, just go there and check it out.
Video, bitches.
You could also still go to our home at YouTube and check us out there.
Yes.
And you can listen to us on audio pretty much,
Apple,
anywhere.
all that.
Anywhere.
All that shit.
Yeah.
So the Ghislaine Maxwell, is that how you say her name?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine.
Her court trial is going on right now.
I know.
Whoa. Okay, which one of you dudes posted that thing? So we always keep, the 3 of us, we keep a running, like, weekly text thread. And one of you guys posted something about her trial started, like, the head of Walmart resigned, like, the head of something else resigned.
That was Maddie.
That was it.
Like, 3 business people. Like, what was that all about? I didn't see that.
The CEO of Twitter.
Jack Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey, he was replaced.
The guy of
resigned.
Walmart.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
I don't remember the other one.
I can't remember.
There was one more, though.
There's another big one, though.
But, like, isn't it weird? Isn't it is it a coincidence that all this happened with her being on trial now? Because I feel like a lot of shit is going to fucking flow like the fucking Missouri River right now, dude.
The CEO of Twitter resigned. The CEO of Walmart resigned. And the CEO of CNBC resigned.
Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know. It could get really interesting. That's for sure.
Because
I don't know.
she was Epstein's, like, right-hand woman. Like, that was his girl.
Right.
Like, she fucking basically groomed these young women.
Well, he met
into
her
doing
when
all
she
this
was
sexual
14.
shit.
Somebody testified already that she was in the room while he was doing those things to her.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
So she was what, like,
somebody's already testified.
playing with herself or taking pictures
that I'm
or
not
documenting things?
That I'm not sure of. Just that she was present in the room.
Keeping lookout, maybe?
Could be. I don't
You
know.
know?
I don't know.
I'd
man.
heard that she had, like, her and Jeff had, like, joined in, with their people.
Unfortunately, it's not. There's no cameras in
So,
the courtroom,
And that's why she's, that's
So
why she's here.
here's a little report from
Her and Jeff.
WPBF. I don't know where WPBF is, but this is their report from the outside the courthouse.
Outside the courtrooms. All right, courthouse.
Good afternoon, and today we're hearing from a true insider. This is Jeffrey Epstein's former pilot of 30 years, and he's describing Epstein's lavish lifestyle accompanied by Ghislaine Maxwell, as well as his ultra-luxurious houses, both in Florida, here in Manhattan,
so
Paris, as well as in New Mexico.
But I can't roll the L.
So the pilot, Larry Visacki, started talking about exactly how long he worked for Epstein and what happened when he was working there. He said that Epstein was a very big number one in the organization, and Ghislaine Maxwell was number two. He described Epstein's 10,000-acre New Mexico ranch, his Paris apartment, and his private island in the Virgin Islands. Prosecutors showed a picture of a very young-looking woman who was Maxwell's assistant, and pictures of Epstein's planes all the way up to a Boeing 727 with a round couch inside. Visacki says he remembers flying the Witness.
Okay, so anyone who owns a round couch, you know what that's made for, right?
Yeah, that's made for fucking.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, how many times you watch a porno and there's like people just having a giant fucking orgy on this round couch?
Please, we're all from a certain age. We've seen pornos.
Like
from
Peter
the 70s.
North couldn't even handle a fucking round couch.
I remember watching an episode of MTV Cribs with Shaquille O'Neal, and he had a round bed on that episode of MTV Cribs.
Because he was banging chicks.
I think so.
Yeah.
Prosecutors are calling Jane. He says that she looked to be a woman to him, even though prosecutors say she was 14 at the time.
You never know these days.
Oh, that's true.
You never know. It's true.
Well, she looked to be a woman to me.
And under cross-examination, he says he never witnessed any sexual activity on the plane, and absolutely none with any underage girls.
Of course not.
The government is doing a good job of showing jurors.
Well, that motherfucker wants to stay alive. That's why he's saying
Could
that shit.
Yeah. WPBF. West Palm Beach News.
Okay, that's West Palm.
Familiar with this case of exactly how
where he was
much
from,
money
That's
Epstein had and the ways he could get away to all of these private places. They're trying to show that that's where he and Maxwell abused all these young girls and took them back and forth on these private planes from one residence to another, and that would be part of the trafficking charges.
So where are they talking they took him? To that private island?
To the island.
To the island.
I mean, and it's a huge fucking island.
Isn't that something, though? Just, like, to think that movie Eyes Wide Shut, right?
Yeah, weird fucking movie.
That shit, that whole sex scene, that shit is happening
That
on a
shit-
private island.
Somewhere
right
now, that's
and
probably
Bill
still
Clinton
going on.
has got his wiener out.
Oh, you know he's getting his
God,
dick
I
sucked.
hope so.
Somebody has
I miss
also
Slick Willie.
Hey, guys.
Somebody has already testified that
Dave, listen. I did not have sex
with that
bitch.
Right?
She was fat as fuck. But
Direct
I didn't
quote.
give a fuck. You know, Dave, big girls need to make up for it with their mouth.
That's
right.
Somebody
Bill
testified that Bill Clinton was on that plane. That
what's his
Trump
name?
had been on the plane.
Trump. Yeah.
Who else?
The dude, King. The royal
Andrew,
dude.
Prince Andrew.
And
Yeah,
Prince Andrew was on
because
there.
Prince Andrew was there.
We were fingering some girl's butthole together.
You know, he
I
was
feel like there was
treating
one
that
other
girl
person
like a
that I-
fucking bowling ball.
Yeah.
So Prince Andrew, the funniest thing is when they confronted him with the picture of him and that young girl.
This
which,
is royalty.
Which honestly, she came out on that documentary.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and then when they confronted him with the picture, he's like, I don't know how that happened.
I
That's
don't
not me. I'm
know.
like, dude, that's fucking you. That is you and the chick. And
going
Maxwell's
to pull a
right there.
Shaggy.
Maxwell's like right there, like in the picture.
In the
with them.
background,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wasn't
like
me.
smiling, like partying, like they all drank tequila that night or some shit.
Yeah, like they're all having a great time.
Like, that's you, bro. Like, we know you're fucking guilty of doing this. It's okay. Like, just be honest. Like, the
But
queen.
you know what?
Look,
Good
the
on him.
queen.
It's not okay though.
The queen is gonna fuck. The queen hates you.
Oh, the
by
queen
way.
already hated him.
Like, we get it.
You know,
You're a
the queen
disappointment.
already hated
You're a
him.
disappointment to your royal family. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
Just come out, man. You were there partying. There's pictures of you.
Yeah.
I mean, Fergie pretty much confirmed that dude was a freak, right?
What did Fergie
Sarah
say
Ferguson
about him?
was his ex-wife.
Yeah, I know.
And they were the first ones to divorce, and she was like, "There's something wrong with him. He he does this and this." And I don't remember exactly what she was saying, but she was like, they're not nice people.
Yeah.
That she was trying to sound the alarm, and then Diana happened, and she was sounding the alarm.
Yeah.
Diana mysteriously, but right after she said, "I'm going to end up dead," ended up dead.
Yeah.
Is
have any of you guys watched that show, The Crown?
No, but I hear they're coming up on the whole Diana death scene.
I wonder if I
thing.
should watch that show.
A
A lot of people love that show.
Sarah and I love it.
Do you?
You've watched it, okay.
We're all caught up, and it's
Is
a
it great?
great show.
Is it?
Dude, the acting on that show is amazing.
Where are we at right now with it?
It's going to be season 4. They left the last episode. It's a Christmas episode. They have Christmas at what's the fucking place they live at?
Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace.
Okay.
And Diana's like,
what's the fucking place?
Look, man, like the whole. If you know anything about the royal family, and I didn't know shit about until I watched.
They're fucking assholes.
They are all a bunch of fucking snobby fuckers.
Yeah.
They're all pretentious. Obviously, they're all royalty.
They're royals.
A lot of British people are fucking pretentious.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: she was not. She was like this, very like, artsy, free-thinking,
Diana?
very like hippie-ish kind of like young woman.
Right.
And she got involved with fucking Prince. Goddamn, I'm drawing a blank.
We talking about Charles?
Charles,
yes, of course.
And the guy who plays Charles,
but if
is
I remember
excellent.
right,
He's a
it
fucking-
wasn't Charles that introduced them. It was Charles's grandfather or whatever, like Mountbatten, I think was his name.
What a name.
Something,
Right? He was like some lord, and he was like trying to intervene
I
in
think
some
you're
kind
correct.
of thing.
I
And
think
they
you're
ended
correct,
up he ended up getting assassinated.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
later in life.
They were all like very impressed with
Yeah.
her. A lot of like the Queen and like her sister.
She was French.
And also Charles's sister. They hated on her for a while because
Yeah.
she was such a strong presence.
Yeah.
And she was a very like very creative thinker. Like she brought like an thinking outside the box presence.
She did.
She was a very creative, creative thinker, man.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
people loved her.
They
She
did-
could do
Absolutely.
anything. She was beloved.
She had the charisma of like just this superstar, rock star kind of
Absolutely.
charisma to
The
her.
only thing she didn't want to do was dedicate her entire life like the Queen had done.
Yeah.
She did not want to do that.
But honestly, like if you look at the Queen too, like
can you fucking blame her though?
in the show, here's the fucked up thing about it, man. Like not only did her father, who was the king, didn't want to do it,
Right.
but his brother was an asshole and
Couldn't
denounced
do it.
his kingship.
Yeah, couldn't do it.
Then fucking like abandoned the family. He was exiled.
They exiled him, yeah. They
he
even
he
caught
lived
him-
in Germany for a while.
I was going to say, they even caught him trying to conspire with the Germans.
Her
Wow.
father basically like smoked himself to death because he was so fucking stressed out. Did you ever see the King's Speech?
Yeah, a long time
That's
ago.
Elizabeth's
That's a true
father.
story, yeah.
Yes.
And so anyway, like she was, like because of her father being appointed king, she was the oldest. It fell on her next. Like, if you look at the domino effect, his brother, if he would have stayed king, she could have had a normal life.
Right.
Of being royalty, just doing her own thing. Because I just think, I mean, I don't know. It's a TV show. I don't know how much reality is in it.
Yeah.
But like, when you're in that kind of position,
But you know what? There's
and you're
so
forced
much.
to do something, and you're forced to travel around the world to all the English providences,
Yeah.
They don't do
and you
that
don't want to
anymore.
do that shit. No, but like they had to ride in a fucking boat
Right.
for 7 months.
Yeah.
And then they didn't have air conditioning down in fucking Australia in 1942.
Right.
Like it was hot as balls down there, and she had to stay down there for like fucking 2 months, man. Like it had to be an excruciating job
Yeah.
to be the face of
absolutely.
England.
Absolutely.
And
I'm
you're
sure.
forced to do things you really don't want to
really
do.
don't want,
You're
yeah.
forced
Yeah.
to make decisions, and then you got to like have meetings with the prime minister.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be part of this political fucking machine.
Right. But you're born into it, so
But
you got no
people-
choice.
Yeah, but you're born into it, man.
Yeah.
And
Sucks.
it's like, how would you react to it? She had to react the way she did.
Yeah. They need to just cut all that shit off.
But everyone in the family is they're pretentious and they're
Right.
stuck up.
Yeah.
Proud. But, I mean, when she was coronated, on her coronation day, she basically said, I will serve the rest of my life.
Right, she devoted herself.
I devote everything to you guys.
It was her vocation.
Right, and then you hear, like, years and, decades. Like, just last month, there was a story that came out that said Charles does not want to be king. He would rather, he's trying to talk to his mom. Hey, Mom, can we just skip me and go straight to my son?
Yeah, because he's with Fergie, right?
Kate Middleton.
No.
That's
no. We're talking about Charles.
But Charles's son is the one.
Oh, he did.
That's who he wants to succeed him.
Are you sure Charles's son doesn't want?
I think he wants it.
Oh yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
The oldest son.
The oldest
you're talking
son.
about
Not
the Queen's son.
Yeah.
Not Harry.
Not Harry.
You're talking about Prince Charles.
Yes.
Who's now like in his 70s.
Yeah. Does not want the kingship.
So if she dies.
He would just rather be
pass it on to his son.
Well, he'd rather be an activist like he has been for decades.
But say she passes away like tomorrow and he becomes queen. Like he's in his 70s. He could fucking die in like 10 years and then his
he won't serve like she did.
And then his son's going to be fucking king, right?
Yeah.
What's his name again? I forget.
I forget the oldest son's name.
There's Harry and Charles.
No,
maybe?
It's not Charles.
I know Harry's the popular one.
Harry's the youngest one.
He's the one with what's her tits, Meghan Markle.
Yeah, but Kate Middleton, she's pretty hot.
Dude,
she's a good-looking gal.
Yeah.
She's a good.
Meghan Markle's beautiful
and
too.
she's not even like she wasn't.
She just seems like she's too much
like
work.
Middleton.
I'm sure she is.
She was like born into this whole royal family thing.
No, she's a normal commoner, right?
Didn't
he meet her in college?
No, but what I'm saying is now she's part of these.
God, yeah.
Now she's part of the royalty.
But
she is now Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge.
But no, Scott, she was a commoner.
Mm-hmm.
She was just a regular person like you and I.
Can you imagine going from being you or me?
Well, I mean, think about it. If you're in line to be the King of England one day, and you go out and there's like just a crowd of people, and there's like just females drooling all over you, and you're like, you picked the prettiest one that you can think of.
William.
And if she fits your personality, you're like, okay, she's going to work.
It was William.
William, yeah.
She's married to Prince William.
William looks so much like Charles now.
He sure does.
Duke of Cambridge.
He's like bald now.
Same hairline.
Second in line of succession.
Hairline's way back here.
Yeah. Some of that
looking like Costanza.
Some of that
she would be a queen, she'd be a queen consort because she's not royalty.
Interesting.
So she wouldn't technically be called a queen.
But people go nuts, right? People go nuts for this royal family.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like if Charles takes over, Camilla, old horse-faced Camilla, she can't do anything be other than the king's consort. So her official title is King's Whore.
Yeah, fuck that job.
Right?
Fuck that job.
I would think if you're the king, you could make that change.
I'm not.
Like you're not calling my chick a whore. I mean, she's my whore, but you ain't calling her a whore.
And Prince
you
Andrew
pay extra for that,
right?
And Prince
I'll
Andrew
recycle everything for that shit.
Prince Andrew he just has to suck it up.
No, man, he can just go to Jeff's Island.
That shit's not worth it.
But you know what? To be fair, though, on that whole Prince Andrew thing and Jeffrey Epstein thing, these people operate on a different level than what we consider normal.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're in a whole other fucking atmosphere. Like, no one's ever told them no.
Yeah.
They can get anything they want.
Absolutely.
Like, I couldn't imagine living like that. Money's not an object.
And you know what? Even with money not being an object and all of that, I would still think it would fucking suck to be in a royal family.
Yeah, but
just because of all the shit that I would have to go to.
Right, but at the end of the day, you're still a fucking royal,
Yeah.
I mean, you're still a person.
Yes.
Do you want all of that? But I think that's what separates you and I, and even Matt to a degree, from royals. We don't want that attention.
Right.
They do.
Well, but you're born into it sometimes.
That social butterfly, I think, is what you need to do in that situation.
I think I'm too much of an introvert to be royalty.
Right. So, like when the pandemic happened, there was two types of people. There were the people that were absolutely fine with it, no problem. I can work from home. Hey, what's going on? I was kind of that guy too.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were the people who just craved being around other people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you found out real quick who those people were.
Yeah, you sure did, man. Who's who here?
Yeah. Yeah. I can do okay without other people for a long time, man.
Yeah, I can too, man.
I've got a lot of wood at my house
Ghislaine
for this
Maxwell
winter.
at Sandringham.
Do you know?
I do. I'm prepared to be alone for a
it's
long
shooting
time.
A shooting weekend.
Just a straightforward.
Dave's got all the
shooting
wood.
weekend.
Oh, we got Prince Andrew
Why?
here.
Why were you staying with a convicted sex offender?
Right, because this was serious.
Because I wanted to get my dick sucked.
Wanted to get wet.
By a 15-year-old girl.
And
I knew
I
Jeff
felt
had it.
that doing it over the telephone was the chicken's way of doing it.
Wait,
I had
what?
to go and see him and talk to him. Oh, in 2010, that certainly wasn't a party to celebrate his release in December, because it was a small dinner party. There were only 8 or 10 of us, I think, at the
8 or 10
at
of
dinner.
us.
You were staying at the house of
Yes.
a convicted sex offender.
It was a
That
Hold on.
sounds like a fuck me if I've ever heard it.
What a douche.
Oh, fuck me. Won't you shut
Would
up?
you? Is it tea time yet? Is it tea time?
convenient place to stay, and I admit fully that my
dick was out.
As it is.
You know, sometimes you just got to pull your wanker out and get it soft.
judgment was probably coloured by
my horniness. I was horny as a dog.
Yeah, baby.
And I wanted to get fucked real bad by this 18-year-old girl.
Oh,
no, I'm
God,
sorry, she was 16.
I hope he doesn't have one of those strap-on fantasies.
God, I hope not.
Tendency to be too honourable.
Okay. And your strengths?
But that definitely wasn't you getting a foot massage from a Russian girl in Jeffrey Epstein's
Well, I mean,
house.
she's Russian, so...
Well, you know, she couldn't speak English, so... You know.
No.
Where else am I going to get a
No
foot
thanks.
massage from?
I don't want to be part of your sex festival.
What the fuck
What
is
are you
that?
watching
So
over
this
here,
fucking
man?
YouTube video, it has like different clips of shows in it with this interview. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I think they're
You're
just
right.
trying to
She
be
says
funny.
she met you in 2001. She dined with you. She danced with you. You bought her drinks.
There's a picture of him and her.
You were in Tramp nightclub in London.
Trump nightclub.
And she went on to have sex with you in a house in Belgravia belonging to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
There are a number of things that are wrong with that story.
And she was the best fuck that I ever had. Just watch Mary Poppins.
That
Trust
never
me.
happened.
One
That
of which
guy.
is that I don't know where the bar is in Tramps.
What now?
Trumps.
I don't drink.
Trumps?
I don't think I've
He doesn't drink, by the way.
ever bought a drink in Tramps. Whenever I was there.
Of course you didn't.
You know that you were at home with the children. Was it a memorable night?
On that particular day
I was at home with the children. They weren't my children, but I was at home with the children.
God, this guy is just
God, this is just getting creepier and fucking creepier as it goes, man.
He just keeps digging his hole.
Right?
Digging
This is
his
fucking
hole.
awful. Ugh.
guy is a piece of shit.
What a
man.
dumbass for even
There are so
doing
many
that,
people
doing
that
an
are-
interview like that.
There are so many people that
He's
are.
not all there, I don't think, man.
It
No,
doesn't
no,
seem
he's a rich frat boy English.
Exactly.
Royalty man.
You nailed it. Rich frat boy.
That's all it is, man. It's a fraternity of wealthy people, and so many people, so many elite, wealthy folks, are caught up with this douchebag Epstein and
This
Maxwell.
straight douchebaggery.
I think it's time, boys.
All
Time
right,
for a
man.
break. Hey, all right.
So we're going to break it down now.
Yeah.
God, I'm so
thanks.
jealous.
Matt's got the roll
I
down,
can't
right?
do the roll. I'm so jealous. Jealous of both you fuckers.
Back with the cool down.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Right after.
On
this.
your 77, your
Sons of
fuck
bitches.
stick.
Hey.
Fuck you, Prince Andrew. Scotland will rise again, you fuck.
So jealous.
You're fucking English bastard.
In the Groove, Vinyl Records and More has the widest variety of new and used music, carrying new and reissued vinyl, used CDs and cassette tapes. In business for over 20 years, offering the best variety and service we possibly can. In the year 2000, we started out as a little hole in the wall, and now In the Groove is a full-service record shop with thousands of records to choose from. Buying rock, jazz, R&B, soul, and blues records, 33s, 45s, and 78s. We also buy CDs and cassette tapes. We've been buying and selling since 2000. In the Groove is a one-stop shop for records, stereo equipment, CDs, and other fun oddities. 708 Jefferson Street, Jefferson City, Missouri. Give us a thumbs up and follow us on Facebook. In the Groove, vinyl, records, and more.
Cooling it down with the old 77.
This is the old 77.
That voice is velvet, dude.
Oh my God. Give me another one. Give me another one.
It's time for the cool down on the old 77.
Louis
It's
Mano.
time for the cool down on the old 77.
My boy, my boy, my
Yeah.
blood.
That's the
Goddamn
homie
piece
Louis.
of my heart,
I
Louis.
knew you were gonna.
We always go back to this music, don't we? We like
It
this
just
one.
seems to fit the cool down so much.
Yeah, I like
right?
this one. I do like this one.
DJ Easy Dick.
DJ Easy Dick.
Coming back in the jack off hour, back here on D's Nuts.
Me and Maddie were talking. I can't remember if we were on the air when we were talking about how great Snoop Dogg was on Rogan's podcast a couple weeks ago.
Like Snoop Dogg is.
He did a great job, man.
He's that
He was
lovable.
Brought his own
like,
fucking mind.
Lovable
Right.
dude, man. Like
Yeah.
he's really kind of matured into this this peacemaker, right?
Yeah, he is. He's all about spreading love these days, which I think is beautiful.
And like after his mom passing and all that, you really saw a guy who was just reflecting on his life and just I think he is a very he's a very wealthy guy, but he's also very well grounded, I believe.
Yeah, because of his roots.
He's very humble. He's a very
Came
humble
from
person.
nothing.
He did come from nothing, yeah.
Yeah, I think most people who do come from nothing, they stay grounded. They remember
It's
think
their
so. What it's about.
kids that usually are the problem.
Exactly.
Right?
Right, yeah,
You
true,
know?
true story. Yeah, I would like to think that if any of
Prince William.
right. You know what I
right.
mean?
I did not fuck her.
I did not have sexual relations with that. Wait, what?
I'm surprised he didn't I'm gay, by the way.
Oh God, he couldn't do that. That'd be even worse.
Remember when Kevin Spacey got caught and
then he just came out and said he was gay.
And that was his excuse.
It's like,
oh,
listen,
I'm gay.
I'm gay. I'm sorry.
I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Hey, wait,
so what does that
wait
have
a
to do
minute.
with you, fucking little boys?
Did
Right.
Kevin Spacey just come out as gay?
Yeah,
And
well,
then it came out he was an asshole.
It was like
Yeah.
a distraction, man.
Yeah.
It was like a
No,
look at this.
He went
moment.
gay because he didn't want to be labeled as a pederast.
Yeah, well,
And now he's labeled as a gay pederast,
Yeah.
right?
He's
Well,
a good
you know,
actor
it's
too. I'm
fine that
like,
he's gay.
And it's a shame too. I
like,
mean,
damn, I really liked him as
I loved Kevin Spacey, man.
Numerous things
Fucking
I loved
American
him in.
Beauty, love that movie. It's one of my
He's a
favorite
good
movies.
actor.
Yeah, but going back to it now and
House of
watching
Cards.
it, do you still feel like
I haven't
okay?
watched any of his movies since any of
I
that
haven't
shit
Do you
happened.
still feel okay watching
the only one
I
I
haven't-
watched. The
haven't.
only movie that I've watched recently of his is The Ref.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
I don't think I've seen that
It's
one
a good one. It's a Christmas one. It's a
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And
Kevin Spacey Christmas.
Wasn't Kevin Spacey the one that cried when he got his Oscar?
I'm not sure.
Am I making that up in my head?
A lot of people have cried, Dave.
Oh man, I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure he he kept thinking and another guy the whole time. I'll find it anyway.
I want to thank him because if it wasn't for his tight, moist tweet arsehole,
He was an
I
older
wouldn't have
guy.
gotten through any of it.
There was no sex going on. We know that because he was much older than Kevin.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
just
he-
means Kevin was the pincushion.
Like there was a time where Kevin Spacey was getting every movie role.
Oh, he
dude.
was in a lot of shit.
He was in a
Right?
lot of shit.
He's in a lot of really good
And
shit.
he's in some good shit too.
For a good 18 years. That dude was in a lot of good movies and television programs.
Right? The Usual Suspects. I mean, come on, man.
Look, man, that's not right off what he's good at. He's a very good actor.
That's one of his first movies.
Yeah. I'm not sticking up for the guy what he
No,
did, but
no.
I'm just saying he was good at his job.
You know, I'm just saying Eddie Murphy tried to bring a prostitute into his car one time, and it was a transgendered prosty. and they caught him, and it was a big thing. And you remember for the longest time, Eddie Murphy
that's right,
liked men dressed up as women, and he wanted to have sex with them. That was the persona.
Mm-hmm.
That went away. Nobody thought of that when he was making, the Haunted Mansion for Disney.
Right.
I mean,
No, of
come
course
on.
not.
Eventually, all of this, give it enough time, it'll pass.
Hugh Grant.
And he'll come back.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Remember Hugh Grant?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that guy was a fucking scumball. And he even said it. He was like, "I'm a fucking scumball."
And he's a Love Actually.
Right.
He's so charming.
Yes, and he did a slew of
Ladies love him.
I mean,
flicks.
he's a good, charming, like, British actor.
He's a charming asshole. You know what you get with him, right?
I feel like he's the Charlie Sheen of Brits.
He was good in that thing on HBO.
Only without the HIV.
The thing with Nicole Kidman that he was just
He
on.
wrapped it up.
Right. Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, wasn't he on HBO? I think it was a thing with him and Nicole Kidman. It was really good. It's like, I don't know.
I don't know that one.
I can't remember.
I don't have HBO, so
We have HBO Max.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah,
we don't get it through TV.
I had it for a while, and then and then the person I was pillaging it off of decided to go cheap on me. So
sons of bitches,
right? It's terrible.
Yeah. What else? I've been watching that Beatles documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Well, I think it depends on who you are if it's awesome or not. I think if you're just like a very casual fan of the Beatles and you don't really care that much about like the backstory, then this documentary probably isn't for you. But like if you're like me and you love the Beatles, or also if you're a musician, because for me it's always really fun to watch the creative process, especially with a band like the Beatles.
Oh God, yeah.
You get to see them like the very beginning of Paul McCartney writing like Get Back.
Oh really? That's cool.
Yeah, you get to see a lot of that, the process and how they came up with the chord
Where the hell
progressions.
did that footage all come from? Like out of nowhere. Here's a brand new Beatles documentary.
It's got to be family.
They
right?
gave
Oh,
it to
have to
Peter
be.
Jackson. Peter Jackson is the one that
Lord of the
compiled it.
Rings.
Yeah, and but it was also executive produced by Paul and by Ringo and by Yoko.
Oh really?
And some others too.
Wow.
Which I think is probably a good thing.
That just means they probably all chipped
Is it
in.
a four-part? Is it a four-part
Three.
documentary?
Three.
So
And
every
they're
episode,
they're both like 2+ hours
that's
long.
what I'm hearing. Like every episode's like 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Ish, yeah.
So there's 3 of them, right?
So
Three,
none
yeah.
of the estate for
Wow,
the
George
kicked anything in?
That I'm sure that probably somebody did, because I feel like they did that on purpose so that all parties would be okay with what came out.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? All of
Yeah.
the living members of the band.
Did they
and
bring in
everything.
Eric Clapton and when he like switched wives with?
No, I just found out the other day that fucking Ringo slept with George's wife.
Yeah, everybody
Damn.
slept with George's wife, I think, and he was okay with it.
Well,
Go ahead,
He's like,
fuck
it's
out.
okay, all right.
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
By the way, my guitar gently whimpers.
She knows how to pull the strings.
The other thing that's cool about it is you get to see them like bickering with each other.
Yeah.
John. One thing I learned through watching this documentary is like John was kind of a douchebag.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we all knew that.
I mean, I kind of knew that already, but he was just like really annoying. It was also really annoying to have to sit there and see Yoko sitting next to John the whole time during the recording sessions.
Right. That had to have been just like.
And then she started doing
the
her
fuck out
screaming
of it,
thing.
man.
Oh God.
Yeah, she just started doing that. She started doing that thing.
Put her on the record.
I think we should put her on the record.
Paul actually
Shut the
went
fuck
over.
up, John.
Paul actually went over and played the drums for a minute.
Yeah, I
while Yoko was screaming.
I think Paul played a lot of the drums, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm not saying Ringo's a bad drummer, but I think a lot of their studio sessions, to me at least, it feels like Paul's playing percussion.
Paul is
in the early days, at least.
Paul is hands down the best musician in that band. It's not even close.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
I'll have to agree with that.
But for me, it's George.
I love George.
George
too.
is my favorite Beatle.
Why is George your favorite?
I just felt like it was an enlightened experience when I got done listening to George. The first time I heard "All Things Must Pass" from front to back, it was like going to church, dude. It was like a religious experience.
So in this documentary, you get to see George pitch that song to the rest of the band, and the rest of the band's like, yeah. Yeah.
Fucking guys.
Yeah. No,
right?
George. My favorite George song is "My Sweet Lord." I've always loved that.
My
song.
Sweet Lord's a good one.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he takes it to a different level and goes away from Christianity.
Yeah, no, he was really into the Western stuff for a long
he was a
time.
Buddhist.
Yeah, or the Eastern stuff.
He believed in reincarnation and all of that.
Yeah.
And purifying himself, and I think they actually cremated him and floated him down the Ganges too, if I remember right.
Is that
sounds
right?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, no, George was deep, man.
Yeah, man.
George was a deep dude. There's a it's kind of already a well-known scene that's in the documentary where George at one point starts telling Paul, like, I'll do whatever you want, whatever it is that will make you happy, Paul.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
I will do it.
Hey, everybody. Look, it's Eric Clapton and Paul McCartney.
Here a week. They were bickering.
With your band.
Well, yeah, but we've been just rehearsing a couple of days because we don't play together that much, and we made the record.
Yeah.
We only played once together.
The record.
But you know.
But that's nice. You're doing it like it's almost like a proper gig then.
Yeah, it's just like
George
this is
and
like
Eric
a little
Clapton.
gig, yeah.
Or not
And then the
George,
idea
Paul
is we
and
get
Eric
a few
Clapton.
people on at the end to do Let It Be.
Young Paul, right?
You know, like
Younger
closer.
Paul.
Yeah.
Younger.
And the
Eric,
other thing, I've
for
written
sure.
another little song, which is I've written especially for the thing. I came in the other day and I had the idea of maybe closing with it, you know. But then I come in and Harvey Weinstein, you know, was like running it ahead of Miramax. He said, Paul, you know, you want to talk to the guys about it? I said, okay, sure. He said,
Oh, shit. Harvey Weinstein's up in here.
You know what that means? Paul McCartney's piddling little boys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Harvey.
You know, me and Michael used to do this back in the 80s.
Coming to Pete's and Mick and you talk about doing this number, you know. So I go in and I'm talking to Mick and I'm saying, well, I've got this number, Mick.
I got some 16-year-olds I
tough
gotta
guy over
sleep
here.
with.
Hey, away.
Well, of course, I feel like I'm fucking auditioning for Mick.
Yeah.
I'm going, it goes like this, and I go, oh, no. It goes,
Eric Clapton's like, you shut the fuck up and let me talk already.
So when can I fuck your wife?
So here's a hot take. I think Eric Clapton.
What they do is get the crowd.
I think he's a douche.
To give me a sort of.
Yeah.
I don't think he's overrated.
No,
I think he's a douche.
Clapton?
I think
Yeah.
Eric Clapton is an overrated guitarist.
His talent is amazing. He can't do it anymore because he's too old.
Don't get me wrong, he's better than I am.
Oh,
But
right. I mean, there's scores of musicians that are trying to do what he does.
absolutely, yeah. No, and that doesn't mean because there are some of his songs that I absolutely love.
That guy can pull off some complicated shit and
Yeah.
make it look
And then, of
so
course,
easy.
Eric Clapton.
Slow hand.
Right?
Slow hand.
Well, and then you had for a hot shit second, John Mayer, who did the exact same thing. and then he quit.
John is a fucking beast on
And then
the
he
guitar,
fucking
man.
quit.
Here's George Harrison talking about Eric Clapton.
And then, of course, Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
Now, obviously you've known each other
How did I
forever.
get to meet him?
No, but how did you meet? No, how did you decide?
We shared the same wife.
That's a good beginning.
Eric.
They shared the same wife.
Yeah, we've been in the same cuff together. Yeah.
We're Eskimo brothers.
Eric. I've been friends with Eric for years, and I think I always will be. He's a lovely fella, and I love him very dearly. And
he's a fucking asshole.
I just call him up again, doing an album, Eric. Will you come and play? Sure, he came over, played great stuff, Devil's Radio.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Cloud9. He does a nice little solo on the end of That's What It Takes. And also the other one, the Saxon side, called
That's
The
My
Wreck of the
Wife.
Hesperus.
I love that one. That's a really. Is that about you saying I'm still here and kicking?
Sure, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a wreck yet.
Now,
George
of
was
course,
great.
Ringo's on
George
top.
was great, man.
Underrated.
He was-
Underrated.
You know what? And I
fucking
also
nuts.
I also have a newfound appreciation for Ringo after watching this documentary as
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah.
'Cause
There's one scene where they're all sitting around just talking about the album or something, and Ringo's just sitting there being quiet, and there's kind of like a little silence, and Ringo just goes real quietly, "I farted."
No wonder they never talked to that bastard.
Paul kind of looks at him and starts walking away. Yeah, I don't know.
How disgusting.
Right. Ew.
Ringo was definitely like
Yeah,
the most
fucking
chill one.
wanker.
He was the most chill one in the group.
Yeah.
I think it's because he was on cocaine half the time.
He didn't really involve himself in much of the drama.
No.
At least in this
I like how John just
documentary.
came out of that interview and been like, "Yeah, we share the same wife." If that's what you're hinting on getting to, then
Then there it
let's
is.
just put it out there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the same wife.
Yeah. You mean George, right?
Of course, that's what she's hinting at.
Yeah, man.
So how do you know Eric Clapton?
I love how George just comes out and says that. She's like,
you know what? Fuck you. I'm George Harrison.
I learned when I read Keith Richards' autobiography that Marlon Brando tried to seduce him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had always heard that when they were doing Dancing in the Streets, Mick Jagger and David Bowie got caught by what's his wife?
Whose wife?
David Bowie's wife. She's like one name word.
Yeah, I can't remember
like,
what her name is.
Like Enya or some
Yeah,
shit. You
yeah,
know, but she like walked in and they were giggling in the sheets.
Were they?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
So many great stories from back in those days, man.
Oh man, come on.
The 60s, like late 60s to like
Free love.
Early to mid 70s. That's my favorite era of music.
All you had to stay away from was the blue waffle.
What's the blue waffle?
You don't want to know. If
Okay.
you got to ask, then you don't want to know.
Google it.
I know you're supposed to stay away from the brown acid, right? You're
Google
not
it,
supposed to
Oh, that's right. Yeah, back in the day, you didn't do the brown acid.
Well, that was a thing that came on the overhead speakers at Woodstock.
Yeah, don't take the brown acid.
That was where it originated.
Didn't that happen? Didn't Tom Arnold do that at Woodstock '94? Was it?
What did he?
He did
told
all
them not to do that.
No, he come on and did all the PA announcement. Yeah, we got a lightning storm coming in.
Yeah, I think he.
Hey, you fuckers over there, get off the bleachers because that's metal.
Yeah.
Lightning, duh. You know.
Whoa.
This is a picture of a blue waffle infection.
Oh, God.
Next time you go down on your girlfriend, recall this
Thank
image
you
in your
for
mind
that.
and let the aroma of the blue waffle surround you. Lavish the moment as your tongue navigates through slimy blue
What
waves
just
of the
happened?
sea of disease, filling up your mouth till blue goo comes out of your nose like too much champagne. Blue waffle infection is the new 2 girls 1 cup. I think it's quite clear from the picture where blue waffle infection got its name
Yeah,
from.
but it's red.
Waffle is a slang word for vulva, or vagina,
Vulva.
and the image itself gives a
Vulva.
hint as to why it's blue.
Waffle is
It
straight
is
for
said
vulva.
that when vagina is so filthy it develops the blue waffle infection. The
Jeez.
STD will
That
cause
woman
the
looks like a
labia
piece
to
of
bruise,
watermelon.
gaining the blue tint.
Blue waffle.
You may
pick
not-
those seeds. Oh, God, man. Oh, I have seen some things in my life.
Lord Jesus.
Dear Lord,
Lord
help
Jesus,
me.
help me.
Oh, I need some Purell for my eyeballs now.
Cooling it down. 77.
No, that was perfect.
It is time for cool down.
Stop it! I won't do the full one.
Oh my God. Well, we've had the blue waffle.
We've broken Maddie.
Oh, we are definitely
We've officially
cooling it
broken
down.
Maddie. Maddie's done. He's done.
We reached a new low, man.
Oh, we definitely have.
Yeah, that was
oh
great.
We
my God.
reached a new low in this show.
So what else is going on?
That escalated quickly too.
Boy, that really got out of hand fast.
What were we talking
didn't it?
about? I don't even remember what we were
I
talking about.
can't remember now because the
Doesn't
blue
matter.
waffle came in.
Doesn't matter.
Some robotic chick started talking to me about the blue waffle,
Oh
man.
my God.
Yeah, have you guys like noticed that? Like, there's a ton of YouTube videos.
Oh,
that
it's
are,
all
like,
TikTok now.
narrated by
Right.
robots.
My boyfriend says blah blah blah.
Which is like, I guess when the people type the words
think
in
they
and then the computer
say
narrates it, and
I don't know.
Like-
I don't know. I've never done it.
yeah.
I would think it would be like a say thing almost.
I don't know. There's a bunch of like really shitty quality YouTube videos where like it sounds like a robot talking, and I think people just like maybe people don't have microphones, so
that could be. I don't
so
know.
they can type the text in and the computer tries to sound human.
Well, I know you can upload stuff now to YouTube, and YouTube will automatically transcribe it for you. So.
Oh, guess
That's
what?
cool.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say this on air.
What?
I don't know.
No? Yes?
Yes. Meh.
Save it for after hours, maybe?
Yeah, how about that?
All right.
Yeah, how about that?
So, if you want to keep the show going, head on over to patreon.com/theold77podcast. Join our Patreon clubhouse.
That's right. Join our subscribers, which is
That's right.
Jeff City Paranormal Society. The great people over there.
Yep.
Doing good shit. doing scary shit.
Doing the deeds.
Yeah, Biscuit Strength.
Big Biscuit.
Yeah.
Sir Biscuit.
And the big homie JT
What's
over
up,
at the
man?
Paranormal Sun, which hopefully I'll be joining him for an episode soon.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Keep y'all posted.
Holden Tower Studios down.
Damn, fellas, it's been a good episode.
It has, man.
Albeit with a weird, shitty start, but I think it ended well.
Another shout out to our buddy Booker. Hey, Book, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Once we get the kinks out of this new computer and we can bring you in like that,
We'll get you back, man.
We'll get you back in, man.
Absolutely.
Because I put out on social media. I was like, Ben Booker from Atlanta, Georgia is joining us, and
Didn't
it just
happen.
didn't happen.
And now
It
he's
just
not
didn't
joining us.
happen.
Oh well.
So anyway,
Bad
Talk
things
to our
happen.
boy Big Philly Mike.
we'll get
He's
him.
experienced the same.
Yeah, we'll get him back on.
We'll get
Yeah.
him. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
What do you guys have any other parting thoughts?
Guys,
stay
81.
stay safe out there in that crazy ass world that we live in.
Happy holidays, all.
And we'll talk to you next week. We have Jackson Weaver coming on the program next week.
The bakery.
The bakery's back on, and it's Christmas time. What else than bakery goods?
Can't wait for
in
that.
our studios.
Can't wait for that one.
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
smelling
amazing.
hot and fresh in here.
So
gonna be
Jackson,
great.
we'll see you next week, buddy. I know
Yeah.
you're listening
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next time.
on the old 7 to 7.
Peace out, bitches.
For a transcript of the Old 77 podcast, write down everything the boys say.